clamp the coag a little bit, Sid?
The operation in progress is a chronic, total mechanical cardiopulmonary substitution. That means the patient's heart and lungs are being removed from the body.
We're trying to find out some information that we don't have and haven't been able to obtain from other methods. How well and how long can the body sustain total mechanical substitution for these two very vital organs?
The operation will take 6 hours and cost about $15,000. 26 hours after the start of this procedure, the patient will be dead, but the operation will be a success. The patient is a 130-pound female sheep.
That's a healthy, pink, long, non-smoking sheep. And as we push the lung down, we get the first view of the heart.
The surgeons are researchers working toward the day when this kind of operation can be performed on a human being, and a life that would otherwise be lost can be saved.
The heart and lungs are now free, and I believe they should come out without any problem.
This is only one example of the artificial organ research going on here at the University of Utah in Salt Lake City. Research that has already produced functioning biomedical substitutes.
Although artificial heart research has reached the point where animals can be kept alive for several months with the mechanical blood pumps in place, during that time, other organs, particularly the lungs, begin to fail. So researchers here are experimenting with the removal of heart and lungs, substituting a complex device to take over the functions of both organs.
This animal has been now 6 hours and is beginning to stand and eat and drink with no heart or lungs in the body at all, waking up from anesthesia and going through what a patient goes through during the first few hours after an operation. We don't know how long that can go on, and we're trying to find that out.
Director of surgical research here is Dr. J.D. Mortensen.
People who have a massive heart attack and just are in total shock and can't oxygenate blood because of the massive physiologic insult of a heart attack could be kept in good condition like this animal with normal blood pressure and makes urine, eats, moves, can smell and see and do all the normal functions. If that could go on for 2 weeks after a massive heart attack while the heart and lungs recover their equilibrium and physiologic normalcy, maybe total recovery would then be possible. So there's a large group of patients that could benefit from that.
Mechanical blood pumps, artificial hearts developed here, have become quite dependable. Some on this test stand have been pumping water 24 hours a day for more than 2 years with no signs of failure. Calves who used to die just hours after implantation now live on for 6 or 7 months, being terminated only when they get so big their man-sized mechanical hearts can't supply enough blood to their growing bodies. The problem with this type of heart is its power source. In the calves, compressed air keeps the hearts beating. But that means air hoses sewn into the animals and bulky monitoring equipment, which makes any appreciable movement impossible. The ultimate goal of this research is a totally implantable system, a self-contained mechanical heart driven by nuclear or electric power. The artificial heart, the pump, was developed by Dr. Robert Jarvik. He's now at work on the power source.
Generally, the whole system would weigh about something like 3 to 5 pounds and would require recharging of the batteries once or twice a day.
How far away are we away from having one of these installed in a calf?
We should be using the electrohydraulic system in a calf this winter, probably about 3 or 4 months from now. I myself would prefer to have a heart transplant than an artificial heart, but it's a question of the availability of donors principally that limits heart transplantation.
Biomedical engineering projects have been continuing at the University of Utah for 15 years. For most of that time, the man in overall charge has been Dr. William Culp.
You will never have enough hearts for transplantation. So there is where the artificial heart will come in. And the artificial heart is now on the borderline of clinical application. Borderline. We are not quite ready yet, but almost. And one should consider there that the first implantations of artificial hearts will be made in people with a life expectancy that can be counted in minutes. For example, people that are connected with a heart-lung machine. If you switch the heart-lung machine off, their brain is dead in 5 minutes. Well, any of our artificial hearts at this time can do better.
The lack of compatibility between human tissue and artificial materials has always been a limiting factor in the development of any artificial organ or implant in the human body. Dr. Donald Lyman, a polymer chemist, is working on the problem.
We're going to see new blood vessels, new ureters, new bladders.
And we're going to see the possibility of nerve repair, artificial skin to replace and help these burn patients, esophagus repair that we really can't do now, and our only limits really are our own imagination of where we might take these things.
Jack Wisman lost an arm in combat in Vietnam 12 years ago.
I don't know if you ever really make the adjustment. I'm still trying to make it. You have times when you really feel proud of yourself, you feel accepted, you feel, quote, normal, which I hate that word. But there's other times when you sit and look at yourself and say, why, and, you know, you want to give up, but that lasts about that long.
Earlier this summer, before he grew the beard, Jack demonstrated the prototype Utah arm, the most advanced artificial limb ever built. Still being refined by its designer, the Utah arm is powered by batteries, and it's stimulated to move by the minute electrical currents produced by contractions of the muscles the patient still has.
The old ones, you have to shrug and stuff, and it gets very cumbersome, especially if you're sitting down. Okay, where this one, if I want to bring it up, I flex my bicep. If I want to bring it down, I flex my tricep. So you haven't got a bunch of shrugging and moving around, and you look like you're having a spastic attack.
For Steve Davis, his artificial kidney means life itself. Without it, he would not be alive. And the fact that Utah scientists have made a wearable artificial kidney adds a new dimension to his new life.
When I was on the large machine, I had the attitude that a lot of patients have of, I'm dying, you know, if you want me alive, you keep me alive. With this machine here, I feel more like a man, more independent, like I'm alive again.
More in control of your own future.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I wish I could convey that more to some of the patients who are more depressed, or in that state that I was in.
Again, the man who started it all, Dr. William Culp.
What we try to achieve is not so much prolongation of life, but happiness. In other words, I definitely do not want to prolong life in somebody who is suffering. And before we start to do anything with a patient, we must ask ourselves, do we have a reasonable chance that we can restore this man or this woman to a, for him or her, enjoyable existence?